that takes us to the next part. How do you feel? As in, what should you look out? As in, what are the emotional signs and symptoms that you are in a narcissistic relationship? So first, depression kicks in very fast, and this comes from the point that a narcissistic person or a gaslighter alienates you from your friends and families, from all those things that gave you life. So now you're at that point, you don't have friends to talk to, you don't have
anyone, it's just him.
So now if we are arguing, of course you're having those sunken feelings, you're feeling very sad, you're feeling very depressed. So if you're in a relationship and you're feeling depressed, please run.
Please run. Alafu unajua, another thing is that they do that not give and take, but wanaanza ku withdraw your affection. So imagine umecut off your friends, maybe hata uliacha job, alikwambia mimi niko na pesa, I will take care of you baby girl. Umetoa kila kitu kwa life yako, and then it's him, and then sasa hakuongeleshi. How do you si lazima tu utakuwa depressed? Yeah. That's the only way you're going.
And that is where desperation comes in, because this is the only person, it's the only person or the only person you know. So now you get desperate and you're there.
You have to fix things. You have to fix things.
Apologizing for shit you didn't do. So now feeling depression. People are tired of telling you that this relationship is toxic. Your friends have told you over and over and over again.
And sometimes that's a way unaona, but ni nguvu, ni nini yo, what stops you from actually getting out? Ni yeye vile amekumanipulate.
What they do to your mind.
Yes, like you just feel like telling people like, you guys don't understand him.
You don't know him like I do.
You don't know him like I do. It's just because like I did this and that's why he's like this. You know, like he's sensitive, like he's unajua like I may go through a lot. So like this was a trigger. I shouldn't have done this. Ni watu wamuelewi. On this other days, like this person is everything. But apana, even though that's part of the plan, he's an evil person, and you should probably just listen to your gut, because I'm sure your gut is telling you something is not right, but you may ignore.
So your friends are tired, the people around you are tired of telling you that this relationship is toxic, and at that point they will become alienated, taking you back to the same point of what? Depression. You become depression. Then you lack self-confidence. And the thing with narcissistic and gaslighters, they know how to give you just enough crumbs. You know, they feed you crumbs, just enough to keep you there for another 2 or 3 months. And then after that, you're arguing, and he'll not just to give you just enough to take you through
the right portion.
So now your lack of self-confidence. You find yourself at the beginning of that relationship, you're a very confident person. You are a go-getter. You are very bold. You're always out there. But now you start lacking self-confidence in things you're so confident and so bold in.
Because they make you devalue.
So those are, once you start, you just think, just look inwards, introspection, just look inwards and see if you find yourself at such a position. And they, you make excuses for him. Oh, that we've said it with, you've said it with the same point. People are tired of telling you the relationship is toxic. You're always making excuses for him, but you don't know him like I do. And lastly, they don't understand you. Lack of understanding of boundaries. You have no boundaries at that point, emotionally especially. Because you don't understand. You don't have absolutely any idea about boundaries. So that's what. If you feel a healthy relationship is supposed to make you feel very content. It's supposed to feel confident, a lot of peace, a lot of calm, growth,
support. All of that, you should be glowing, my dear. You should, if you're not glowing, una issue. Kama umeparara.
Now you're looking dull. You're lacking a lot of self-confidence. Nothing you are doing is thriving anymore. Check yourself.
And it's not you who is the issue. It's the person you're with. Yeah. So, me naona, like, let's not I just want to leave them na ile nini ya Benjamin Zulu.
Oh, Benjamin Zulu, okay.
Yeah, mimi sitaki kuongea sana because I'm not an expert in this.
Yeah.
Wacha tu
you're talking from your experience.
Yeah, because I felt like there's something Benjamin Zulu wrote about narcissism and nimeiweka somewhere because I felt like he hit the what?
The right spots. He's hitting the right spots.
Ndo hiyo. And I know like ita now wengi wenu because I feel like kuna narcissists wako na mastingo. Kuna wale wanakuja kama wachawi, they don't care, na kuna wale wanakuja kama angels. So let me just leave you with this and then you can just continue thinking about it. Hi, so he says, the narcissist is a specialist in mind games and manipulation. In the beginning, they will drag you with romantic intensity, love bombing, and constant attention. In a few days or a week, they are virtually a part of your world. You feel lucky, but also something about the whole affair feels too good to be true.
Because it's not the normal.
Because it's not the normal way of how things should be.
Yeah.
Or rather unreal. The speed goes against most of what you believed before about process and building trust over time. But who knows? Perhaps you got lucky, right? Hey, this will go on until they have you fully invested and committed, and then they begin to alternate between rewarding and withholding affection.
Yeah.
You do something caring for them, a romantic gesture like a genuine lover would do, and they appreciate it heartily. That's very true. Like unawafanyia tu kitu ndogo tu na vile wataku appreciate Roxy. Hi, but
must be it.
Must be
it. Is the wife.
Hey, but then soon they go cold on you out of the blues. This throws you into confusion because you thought all was well between you, but no, they were hurt because after you came over to pay them a visit or drop the gift or meet over for dinner, they called you on your way back and you didn't pick. It doesn't matter if obviously you were on road and couldn't pick your phone. Narcissists don't follow normal people's logic. Ni watu wagonjwa. They need to see a therapist. And this is a critical clue in recognizing them, by the way. Their logic makes you feel like you are dealing with a 3-year-old. Unaona, the thing is pia wewe unaona kuna shida.
Yeah.
But huwezi toka kwa hiyo nini. Because
you know what? Because at the beginning they presented themselves as someone totally different. So in your head you already have that ingrained in you. So you're like, no, this can't be it. Because what I know,
see you
is totally different. There has to be a problem.
Ama ni kazi na stress.
It must be job. It must be the work. It must be the work.
So, or perhaps they texted you and you took a while to respond, a whole 1 hour, and so they felt abandoned and they began to question whether you really care, and in fact they are not in a mood to talk until later. They had exes who used to ignore them that way, and it makes them wonder if relationships are worth it anyway. And so shocked at the overreaction as you are shut out for days. Eventually you have to go out of your way to make amends and beg for a truce. This is not just insecurity or paranoia on their part. It's just a calculated move to put you on the begging floor. Wanna enjoy. This is what they enjoy. This is what they do for a living. Begging. Ukiwa beg. Miraha kwako. Their heart is swelling. It's power has now shifted. Si mara ya kwanza wewe ndio ulikuwa queen. Wao ndio walikuwa wana bend to your demands. But sasa unaona wewe ndio you are the servant now. They are in control and you are very afraid of doing anything that will trigger such a reaction from them. Soon you are all happy and in love again as if nothing had happened. They treat you so well you begin to think perhaps you are actually meant for each other. This is the reward phase, Nona, and it gets you dreaming and believing in a joint destiny. But soon they blow up on you over something marginal you did, but they give it the worst interpretation. You are flabbergasted and confused, and so we are back to withholding, and the cycle begins again. Eventually, they get you behaving in ways that are completely against your values and boundaries, and just to keep close to them, you quit your job, or you channel, or you channel your salary to the account. You cut off your friends and distance yourself from your family. You take outrageous amounts of loans to support them. People who knew you and your close acquaintances raise alarm that you are...
Something is wrong. What?
You are what for the worst?
I don't know you are what.
In your kopabaya. Yani, you are in a bad place. Those
you are changing
for the
worst.
So those who are discerning can pin it to the relationship, but there's little they can do without seeming to meddle.
That is the same point as people get tired, because they'll tell you at the first instance. Yeah. People who it's a gift. Discernment is a gift. Not everyone can do that. Yeah. So now those people who are gifted with that, they can tell the reason as to why things are not going as they used to for you is because of this new relationship you've gotten into. But then now they can't do so much, because dealing with narcissist or gaslighters, it's only up to you. There's no one who can change that. That's the
no one else can remove you.
Not even you.
Only you.
Yeah, just you.
Yeah. So eventually they get you behaving in ways that are completely against slowly your lover molds you into their remote controlled puppets, so that your moods and mental well-being is dependent on whether they are rewarding or withholding. So if they don't talk to you, hauko sawa. If you're not meeting, hauko sawa. But if they are there with you, they're giving you their gifts, ile mapenzi yenu ya normal, you are the happiest person in the world. Solution: you're not crazy. It's never you. And it's never you, and that's not how relationships work. You're in the hands of a crazy person who is at war with themselves, and so they run you in circles to keep them in their company, to accompany them in their lunatic circus. And no, things will never improve. As soon as you see this signal, check out. You could die or live a barren life. Many have been wasted by narcissists, but many have also escaped in the nick of time. You can't too. This is Bembem Jamin Zulu. Mneza mcheck out akona Facebook, akona YouTube. Please, I felt like he has so much insight on things to do with women. Please, endeni tu muone huyo mtu. If you want to follow up on narcissism, I think mneza pata hii kitu somewhere about whatever this. And yeah, like, just get knowledgeable about what narcissism is, because it's something that is becoming widespread.
Not even really that. I just think we're becoming more knowledgeable about it.
We are becoming more knowledgeable about it. Maybe imekuanga tu batatuka tunajua. Yeah, so please jijulishe tu before ujiharibie maisha. There's no need. Life is beautiful. No one should make you live a sad life because they have issues. So yeah, chukua hatua. Stop this thing. If you can stop yourself from this kind of thing, please talk at you. It's not worth it. It's never going to be worth it.
Okay, so now saying kutoka is easy, but what can you tell someone now? Amesikiza hii video, like anaona tu huyu mse wake ana check all the boxes. What should they do first? Because living, we've all said that by then if I get involved with that person who doesn't treat me right, the first thing I'm doing is checking out. But
now checking it out.
A lot of us can attest to that. So now what should they do?
After watching this video and they feel like they still don't have like the strength, I just feel like you should really approach your partner, and especially kama hayuko violent, then just tell them, I just feel like you've been behaving like someone who is narcissistic, and I think like you should get help, and I should also get help, because it's also been affecting me. So what do you think about that? Kama hayuko receptive to the idea, you just have to, Roxy, you just have to get yourself out.
Yeah, come whatever may, just get yourself out.
Ata kama uta-crawl, no matter how hurt you will be, because so much here you can die because utakuwa mentally ill.
Yeah.
So you unafaa tu kuweigh, is it your life you're going to ruin ama utajisave? Because it doesn't, hakuna win-win situation hapa unless I may decide to get help. Hakuna win-win situation.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe lastly, as in what I would suggest to people who maybe you've watched this video and you can see your partner checking all these boxes, maybe what you can do, we might not have covered all the signs, might not have covered all the signs and symptoms of how you feel emotionally while dealing with a narcissistic partner, but what you can do, empower yourself. That's the first step. That's what I would tell you. Just empower yourself. Even if you're not ready to check out of that relationship at that time, do more research on this. Check and look inwards, introspect. Look at what is happening around you and see if it matches to what you're finding on the internet or wherever. Google is your friend. Just check whatever you might find on the internet. If you find that whatever you're seeing on the internet matches to your lifestyle at that point, that should be your first check mark.
Yeah.
And then establish emotional boundaries. That's a very hard step to take because that comes with a lot of self-awareness. But once you learn to become very firm with how you air out your emotions and establish emotional boundaries, like don't let yourself feel small just because the response of this other person was very demeaning, because now they've already shut you down and you're just like, okay, then I might be the problem. No, don't be. You have to be firm in establishing emotional boundaries. Yeah, because your feelings and emotions are very valid. Every time. However minute.
And I think, like, me, what I can tell people is, like, before you enter a relationship, like, self-awareness is important. Self-love is important. And what else? Self-confidence. Because unajua, it's even easier when you don't have these things.
Yeah.
In a second umekuwa confused, umekuwa manipulated, and it becomes even worse. Unajua, kubuild hizo values, it's hard than losing them. Losing them una lose in a second, lakini building, it takes up to years. You're building such values. So don't let someone take such beautiful values from you. Jijue before uingie in a relationship. And relationship haifai could take over your life. It should just be
an addition
to
your life. That's true. Wow, that's true. That's true. As in, learn to have a whole life outside your relationship. And even once you get out of a relationship, take time to heal, take time to think about yourself, take time to learn about what you learned in that relationship.
After sometimes go for therapy if you can afford.
Yeah, please, everyone should go for therapy. At this point, everyone should go for therapy. You have a lot of traumas and a lot of issues to deal with.
Yeah,
if you can afford therapy, just go to therapy.
Go. Yeah.
Is there any addition? Closing, parting shot? Yeah,
and don't rush into relationships. Relationships are beautiful. Love is beautiful, but with the right person at the right time. Don't force hizo connections because they will land you into trouble. So, yeah. If it feels right, sometimes no, I'm sure your gut can never lie to you.
It never lies. It either shows you or doesn't show you at all. The only two things. They're not in between. There's no that phase where you feel like you're in doubt, because your gut will tell you exactly what.
Na hiki tu Roxy, I realized hiki tu ya kusema ati love is blind. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo, because Roxy, hizi vitu zote you see them. Kuna kitu yenye mtu anaweza fanya at the stage of kujuana and you're like, but uko like unaibrusha away because ati amefanya vitu mingi nzuri ati yenye ina overpower. Hakuna. Once you start ignoring hizo vitu ndogo ndogo, it becomes a problem. Hizo vitu ndogo ndogo, it is the true him. So usikue una ignore. Ukifeel to some type away, if you can't address it, achana tu nayo, ama take a step back. Kama ulikuwa umekuja na full speed, take a step back, evaluate. Don't rush anything. Yeah.
And what I wanted to add on your mambo, you see something wrong at the beginning. You know, at the beginning of your courtship or your dating sets the tone for the whole relationship. So once this person sees that he can get away with this minute thing at this time, it means later on in the relationship you are anticipate way much worse things to happen, because he saw at this instance, okay, this girl literally overlooked this small thing. But just please set the standard at the beginning of the relationship, once you've taken time off yourself, so that you cannot get yourself back to this vicious cycle of narcissistic and gaslighting partners.
Exactly. And we're not saying that we are perfect.
We've
Ati we
been
know
through
it all. Exactly. And hatuwezi taka mtu go through easy vitu.
Yeah.
It's just good to make yourself knowledgeable about such things. Don't rush into things. Build yourself as a woman. Kitu ya maana ni kujibuild, you know, because we are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah, I think kama Roxy una kitu kuongezea.
No,
I think tutamalizia hapa.
Alright.
Yes, you can go get more resources on this. Yeah, and just save yourself.
Everyone should have a lot of information on the same.
Yeah, just save yourself from such troubles. Yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. Si kitu ya ati one off ati nini. It's a journey. So yeah, I'm back. Mimi, I'm officially back. Najua nasemanga hivi every time, so I won't talk about being back sana, but
You're back.
I'm back.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. I love all of you, the ones who keep asking mbona siko. Nawapenda. Thank you for always checking up. Haya, watu wenye unsubscribe tafadhali.
Unsubscribe.
Imagine watu unsubscribe. Jamani, shame on you. How do you unsubscribe? we are a whole family. How do you just abandon your family like that? Tafadhali, rudi usubscribe. Content for 2022. Mwaka ni huu. Hey. So please, rudi musubscribe, share to your friends, and let's get more viewings and more comments. Nataka to engage kwa comment section. Mniambia what you think. If you've gone through this before, ni nini uliona ukajua huyu ni ama ni nini tumekuambia ukaona niko taabani jamani, you know.
Yeah.
More of that. Yeah, tutaachia hapa. If you want Roxy back,
What? Oh,
if you want Roxy, yes, please tell me, nitamrudisha. And please make sure mwende mfollow page yake. Akona very beautiful content and our enlighten on things you don't know. Please tafadhali follow, niteka details zake zote huku. So please endeni mumsupport. For now, thank you so much. Nawapenda. Till next time. Bye.